What? So if this goes here, then
Sassy!
that
Sassy, what are you
yeah.
doing?
Uh, well, I can't seem to get this together. It's really hard. Could you help me out?
Yeah, what's the
Like
what do you not understand?
I'm trying to figure out how to put this system together, but there's just so much shit everywhere. I think I need some help understanding how this works.
So what are you
So,
trying to accomplish?
well, I'm trying to use your system to, absolutely destroy my enemies, but I'm trying to set it up, and I can't seem to know what connection nodes and what parts go where, and
You
how
know,
to get it all to work.
it's actually really easy.
Oh,
So
really?
all you need is a camera and a gun
Okay.
to start with. So first what you do is you grab a camera like this one,
Mm-hmm.
put
Yeah.
it on your vehicle, then you get a seat with
Oh, that's what the seed goes to. Ah, yes.
yes.
Makes a lot more sense now.
If you get the seat that already included, all things are nicely connected to each other. You don't have to do any of the configurations.
Oh, yeah, it's
But
very simple.
for to make it a bit more clear, so what you do is you connect the seat to the instrument panel and daisy chain these through each other and connect the instrument panels to the camera at
Oh,
the
very
control
smart.
panel.
So it's literally just the one node to the actual
Actually, it
camera.
are two, for you also want to be able to turn the camera on. Therefore, you connect the key button to the camera.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And to get video, you connect the video.
Very simple. All right.
Indeed. But of course, you also want something to use with your camera, because just pointing at shit is fun and all. But what if you don't want to see that thing? Then you grab
Hmm.
gun.
Yes.
I need to grab
Yes.
everything from gun.
Yes, it is very important to get all the pieces, or you might be missing some important part.
Indeed.
So, Penny, can these be placed in any position and
Yes.
orientation?
Yes. As long
Oh,
as you have the configurations correct.
yes, very intuitive.
So what you do is to connect them, you connect the targeting information to the targeting information on the controller.
Yes, it's like a puzzle. You can pretty much only get it right as long as you. I mean, it's like the back of a
There's only
PC.
one
You
way it
just
will fit.
yeah.
It's actually technically multiple ways, but only one way that will logically fit.
As long as you name the things that seem similar enough, then you should be good.
Yes. And the second connection you need to make is the on button. So you can individually turn on and off your turrets. So if I am correct, that's everything connected and it should work.
Yes, don't forget to merge your things. Holy macaron, that is powerful. So if I just, oh, it's as simple as WASD, huh?
Yes.
So I just point at what I don't like all that much, and oh, so does it have a safety range so it can't shoot itself?
Of course not.
Oh,
That would limit you.
indeed it would.
Instead of that, you can give it angles it's not allowed to turn at.
Yeah.
For example, you get out of the seat so we can.
Yes, yes.
So if you only want to be able to make it turn 90 degrees each way, you change these numbers to 90. And also, I don't want it to be able to turn up all the way, so make this 45.
So this could work really nicely on a boat where you probably don't want to shoot the bridge that is most likely behind
Exactly.
the turret. Very nice.
For example, the turret will no longer point up all the way or turn all the way to the side.
I know that my creation will now be safe as well as
It
me.
will be. You will
Very
no
nice.
longer be able to shoot yourself in stupidity. Also, you can change the speed of how fast the thing will aim to, for example, snail speed for if you have
Yes,
the really hefty guns.
and yes, also for the really satisfying slow turning mega turret or whatever.
Yes. Also, there is actually a minimum engagement range. It's in meters.
Yes.
You can change that.
So yeah, if you have very explosive weapons, you can always set that to whatever distance you might not want to
Yeah,
shoot
but you
at.
always want to have it on 0 just in case someone has climbed onto your vehicle and you want to kill him.
Can I make my own turret heads?
Of course you can!
Oh,
What kind of turret would you like?
well, I was just thinking of, doing my own little, let's say, rotary autocannon turret. Is
Oh,
it possible to just take one of your turrets and reshape it, or do I need to do a lot of complicated stuff for that?
actually, it is relatively easy. All you need is a controller, like one of these,
Mm-hmm.
and a and some pivots and sensors. For example,
Okay.
what kind of pivot would you like to use?
What do you think works best in most cases?
Turret ring.
Okay,
You can
well, I guess we
put
can
some
use the
ammo
turret
through
ring.
that.
Oh yes, very nice.
So we'll get a small turret ring. And for the pitch
Oh,
axis, we'll just get some normal pivots.
does it matter what direction the arrows are pointing? Because I can
Yes.
see that it's currently positive to the left,
Yeah, you want a
counterclockwise.
positive to the left. So if you
Okay.
get the pivot out of your inventory, just exactly how that is. So if you turn
Okay.
it, that should be fine. As long as you don't invert it, you be good.
Okay, very nice.
So of course we need some pitch pivots and a
And
gun.
so what direction should the pitch pivots be?
The pitch pivots should be positive P pointing up and negative go down.
Okay.
Let's connect it. So pitch goes to the pitch pivots and yaw goes to the yaw pivot. In this case, the turret ring. And then you might be questioning, what are those other inputs? Well, those are for the wind sensor.
So you
Which
mean
you
that when it's really windy or I'm moving fast, it's gonna compensate for that?
exactly.
Oh, great.
So
So I can
let's
hit my
put
foes in any weather and conditions.
correct. So let's
Ah,
put the wind sensor on the. Would you like it on your vehicle or on the gun itself?
does both work?
Yes.
Oh, well, we can try the turret then.
I'll put them on the turret.
Oh, so you need to put it on the yaw pivot?
Yes, on the yaw. You can
Okay.
also put it on the pitch pivot, but that might have um, some funky physics.
Yes.
So of course you want to connect the wind speed to the wind speed on the controller. Same is for the wind direction. Then we have the turret tilt sensor.
Okay.
That is a tilt sensor. You are supposed to put this on the bit of the turret that only goes for the yaw. So, and you connect that up. Then you have the base compass sensor. that's supposed to be on the base or your vehicle. You want this be pointing the same way as your gun, for this will define the 0 point of your gun. So if it is turned off, it will be pointing that way.
Direction. Uh-huh.
Then we have some booleans, like the on will connect it to this button.
Yes, same to yes, turn on the turrets.
Yes, and decorative lights, for if you want some decoration on your vehicle, like lights or flares or whatever. These will activate if your turret is on. For example, for my turrets, I have like this glowy ring around it.
Alright.
Then we come to the composite channels. We have the gun control out and gun control in. These are for the checking the reload, if it needs to reload, or what kind of fire it needs to do. Like if you have made your own controller with fire patterns and shit, you can do control it through this.
Oh, so it's like very customizable.
Yes.
Very nice.
And then here's the physics sensor. You want to put that on the pitch part of your gun with the thing pointing up and the blue arrow pointing forward.
Okay.
And then you have targeting information. So you connect that up to the camera that says targeting information.
Yeah, it's back to the simple puzzle.
Yes.
Targeting information goes to targeting information.
Correct. And you might now be questioning, but how do I fire a gun? Well, because every gun is different, you have to make your own controller for that. Or you can pick one of my existing turrets. But for example, I will just make one simple one for now. So what you just need to do for a simple gun is have a composite read for channel 1. Because on the output here it says channel 1 is the trigger, 2 is burst fire, 3 is reload. This is only useful if you're skilled enough to make your own controller. So now we can configure the controller itself. Of course, the weapon type is not a light autocannon, it's a rotary autocannon. We select that. The pivot type for yaw is a small turret ring. The pitch is a velocity pivot. So you want it to be able to turn all the way around. So 180 degrees both sides. Turn up is also allowed to go all the way. And turn down, we'll say it's allowed to turn down like 20 degrees. Because we did not make a custom autoloader for this, we can ignore the reload angles, also the reload state. And for aim speed, it's a rotary autocannon, so we probably want it to be in CIYS to make it to go spin the fastest. The turret is not upside down, and minimum engage range, we want to be able to sweep Simon off his feet, so 0. And we put the wind sensor on top of the turret, so we select the turret. That should be everything to make this turret functional. Let's see.
Ah, very nice.
Also, we have little Simon over there,
What?
which is not allowed.
What? No! Ah! Yes!
I think we got him.
Well, yeah, it seems very effective. Haha. You have yourself a dilemma.
Perhaps having the minimum engagement range was a good idea.
What if
Oh yes,
some godly
wind.
power were to suddenly summon wind? Let's see. If I try to aim at the tippity-toppity top of the little mountain over at the right, let's see. There we go. Do I have to press something? Right, I have to turn on the turrets. Remember to turn on the
Yes.
turrets, folks. And I hold space. Very nice. This is getting kind of boring. It's just turning around and pointing and shooting. I want more pizzazz. Penny,
What
is there
kind
more
of pizzazz?
pizzazz?
Of course there is pizzazz.
It would be very nice if I would get a nice map overview of what I was aiming at and such.
That would be nice indeed. Do
Do
you
we
think
have
you can
that?
do it yourself?
I think so. I mean, everything has been quite simple once you know, go watch the tutorial.
I have to explain it, don't I?
Oh, I've never done it. I have no clue, but I can
Well, I
probably
will explain
understand
it
it.
to you.
Is it actually €2 or is it for free on the
It's for
workshop?
free.
Oh, it's for
Alright, to expand the system, to add extra cameras and missiles and things like that, you need the Pennies-aimbot calculator expansion brick. So how that works is you put it between the camera and everything else. So for example, you would normally have the controls connected to the control panel of the camera, but instead of now, you connect them to the controls on this brick. And you connect the camera to controls camera 1 and targeting information to targeting information camera 1. You may be questioning, why does it say camera 1? Well, it's because you can have a camera 2. Let's make a bit of room for it.
2 camera? Hell yeah.
Yes. So let's get a second camera. With the one with the new radars, for example. And let's connect it up on up. So you have controls camera 2, go to control panel, and targeting information goes to targeting information camera 2. So this will now output the targeting information of both cameras to this. Let's connect that to the gun and the other example gun. So we also have radar data here, so you can have a radar, like an extra radar. That's handy if you have the map connection. So we'll put it up here, clockwise. So we just made the range of this radar 8000. We need to configure that in here, so it's also 8000. And we are using 2 cameras, so switch it to 2. And then we want to connect the map. So we'll get the map monitor with the correct buttons. And we connect that up. So to have the buttons of this connected to the controller, you daisy chain these even further through it and connect them like this. So from the controls of the other one, you pull them through the controls of this and then connect them back to the expansion brick. Also, this has a keypad. I already connected these from before, but you have the output B. It goes to keypad B, also known as the coordinate Y. Output A goes to keypad A, and the pulse goes to keyboard pulse.
Very self-explanatory.
Indeed. And we also want to connect the video, so we have the map monitor, connect the video to the map monitor, and the targeting monitor, we connect them like this now. And we also need to connect the video from your camera back to the corresponding video input for this. So camera 1 connects to camera 1 on here. The same is for camera 2. Connect them to camera 2. Also, we want to be able to turn on the radar. So you have here radar on, connected to radar on. And the radar rotation connected to radar rotation on your radar. You also have some GPS, altitude and all those things. Those are already connected, should be easy. Like you have GPS X connected to the GPS X, GPS Y connect to GPS Y, and compass connect to compass reading. And now you will be questioning, but how do I connect the missiles? Well, I've got a missile over here. You grab the missile, grab the entire missile, you put your missile on your vehicle, and then you connect your missile. Let me see, where did I hide it? Here, targeting information to missile targeting information. Then there are also these two nodes. You have the map touchscreen, you connect it to that one, and you have companion out. That is to get the little bird to scream at you. You get the
bird is very important.
Is very important, yes. You get the bird monitor and its controller. You put it somewhere, I don't know. Always put it right beside my other monitors. Like this, merge. And you connect the companion out to input, because I did not name that. That should be everything.
Alright.
Also very important, make sure that everything is, you can turn everything on. So
yes.
Connect the whatever you use to turn your system on to the monitors, and apparently one for this controller.
Also, a tip for troubleshooting the system and pretty much anything else is to try to isolate the problem.
Yes. So, what if I want to switch camera? If this funny button here says switch camera, so you can have the other one.
Ooh.
Which I did not connect properly.
So Penny, when would I want the second camera?
I don't know, if you have like a big vehicle or you have a external camera.
Ah, yes.
You can see on the map monitor exactly what you're pointing at. So my camera, the second camera at the moment is the blue one. It's pointing there. If I switch back to the other one, it's pointing here. Which is very handy if you have multiple cameras and you are kind of confused what they're looking at. So, I'll switch back to the other camera. You can immediately start targeting that. If you want your cameras to be separate weapon groups, you, instead of having the weapons connected to the targeting information of the expansion brick, you directly connect them to the targeting information of the camera. So then the gun will always follow that camera. So you can also put waypoints on your map for the missile strike, which I need to be outside to do that. So to fire a missile, you either put in the coordinates like this and press the designate target with map coordinates, or you point the camera at this thing you want to shoot at. So we now have designated this island over here and fire missile.
Ooh. Oh yes, very nice big missile.
Indeed.
But Penny.
Yes.
what are all these letters down to the right?
Oh yeah,
It's
these are
quite
the map
confusing.
controls. You have like the zoom in, zoom
Uh-huh.
out,
Plus.
go to east, west, north, south, go back to origins, and you can put missile destinations on the map with the touchscreen.
Very nice. So are the missiles radar hybrids then?
Yes.
Ooh.
Also, the map has a built-in radar, so if there was something around us, it would show up on it.
Ooh. So wait, if I like stand over here then, to your left.
Yeah, I can see on the radar.
Ooh. It would
You
be a
are like
shame if you were
right
to
over
target me
there.
using the radar.